What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Hollow here in the Hollow's Den Sports Talk. Today, we're back for our weekly sports update. Or for our tops today, we'll talk about Denver Nuggets, Michael Malone getting fired, NCAA tournament championship game, and we'll talk about the NBA Western Conference from the 2 to the 8 seed, who are 2 games apart from each other. So these last couple games are going to get critical by seeding, and we'll talk about that. But before we get into that, let's get into our intro.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught. The Eagles throw down at 7. Hurts to the end zone. It is A.J. Brown who makes
It's gonna sound better though. It's gonna sound better.
I'm 6'6".
It's gonna sound better.
I'm 6'6".
Chill, no, listen. Just listen.
Don't.
Look out!
So today, like I said, out of all our topics that we talk about today, let's talk about the title to championship game, man. The Florida Gators, the NCAA championship game, Florida Gators versus the Houston Cougars, man. The Gators overcame another comeback, man. Another comeback. Before I left, go to work, they were up. The Cougars were up by 12, and didn't know the Gators won until I got off. And I seen the highlights and everything. And I was just like, oh my god, another offensive cluster performance, man. Another NCAA Final Four, man. Just for the Houston Cougars, man, a hell of a season. Kevin Sampson, everybody, man. Sharp, man. Keep your head high, man. You know it happens. Everybody had their moments, but just keep your head high. It was a great season for the Cougars, but the Florida Gators, they captured their third national title win. The Gators defense overcame it came to life in the last 3 minutes of the game. Made Houston offense fluster, and they caused a lot of turnovers, including 3 in the final minute. Man, it was tough, but the Gators, who Walter Clayton Jr. only had 10 points, but made shots critical when it needed the most, and that's what it's all about, man. Whenever it's needed the most, the Gators came through and run the bill, man. So shout out to the Gators, man. The Houston Cougars national championship. They erased their hopes, man. But like I said, the Gators were down by 12 in the second half. The Cougars played amazing defense. Man, 35 minutes containing Walter Clayton Jr. and the Gators defense. You know, they came to life and didn't let that stop them. Who were down, and they, these last 2 games, Texas A&M and Auburn. Now another comeback. Like I said, 3 comeback deficits, and they still ring the bell and got the titleship game, man. It was a great game. But for our top scorer for the game, Will Richard for the Houston Cougars had 19 points and 8 rebounds. L.J. Sire, Will Richard for for the Gators, he had 19 points and 8 rebounds. L.J. Sire, who had an amazing game as well for the Houston Cougars, 19 points and 2 assists. Uh, like I said, it was a tough blow for the Cougars, but like the Gators, they rang the bell. It was a hell of a run, and all 4 number 1 seeds went to the Final Four. That was the second time it happened in the NCAA tournament era. So it was a nice tournament overall, and I can't wait to how next season goes. Well, we'll see if Walker Clayton Jr. Goes to the draft or not. We'll see how the outlook looks in the preseason AP25. So we'll stay updated on that as well. And then who we got, going to next season, win the championship. Who will know win? Houston could come back. They still got some pieces. Mark. Master P son is on the roster. We'll see. Like, can the Gators can come back and defend the title? It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Who all gonna be in the mix? And Duke. Who's gonna be there. So we're gonna stay out input for that, or stay out look for that, and tune in. And also the girls, Dawn Staley and UConn. It was a hell of a season for both teams, but UConn Paige Bakers, man, she went on a hell of a run, uh, defeating a lot of number 1 seeds in the tournament. But like I said, UConn, man, they came to life these last 2 games, man. Sarah Strong, she was a piece. They had a big 3 with Paige Buckers, AZ Fudd, and Sarah Strong. She had a nice game, 23 and 11 double double. AZ Fudd with 24. Paige Buckers and the whole team, man, they just played a collective group. And Coach Gino A, man, he just 12th title, man, 12th, another title, man, 12 NCAA titles, man. So it's just amazing to see man, for Coach A and the UConn Huskies to still staying relevant, still staying dominant, and just always find a way to stay in the mix. Uh, Gino Aramore, he hasn't won since 2016, but he's back. He's back on the mountaintop. And now the UConn Huskies, they look to defend their title, and yeah, we're gonna see how it go. But South Carolina, they did, they lost. They did regain somebody. Tanaya Lawson from Florida State is transferring to South Carolina to play with Raven Johnson, her best friend. So Raven Johnson, who was going to, was thinking about leaving, was is going coming back for a senior season. So the Gators, I mean the Gamecocks, they are back. They're hunting. They're hunting. They're working. They're working. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how the AP season, huh? Oh, and don't forget about Juju. Don't forget about Juju. Don't forget. Don't forget about Juju next season. So we're gonna stay on the lookout for the AP season, and the WNBA draft is coming up. So all that, we'll be tuning into that too. So make sure y'all tune in, like, subscribe. We tune in for the men's and college. We're gonna be staying updated on that as seasons go on for the off season and back in when November pops up. So tune in, like, subscribe. Thank you. But let's get to our next topic, man. This was not. It was surprising. It was surprising, man. Denver Nuggets have fired Michael Malone and general manager Calvin Booth have been relieved from their duties. Man, Michael Malone, 10 seasons in Denver, man, and was the winningest coach of the last 4 years. Has the most wins out of the last 5 years. Michael Malone has been a great coach for the Denver Nuggets, and it just after the All Star break, a lot of the flaws have been showing more, you know, when you like he said, like the owner said, Josh Karanowski, when you're winning, you don't really see all the, it's like, cover up something, but it was a lot going on, tension between Michael Malone and Calvin Booth, they want some player they want this player's play or this player play. It was, and then the team was just down. Had a bad stretch recently. Um, so now the Nuggets are out without Michael Malone and Calvin Booth. David Adelman is stepping in as interim head coach, and Ryan Day. Ryan. He's coming back in for them. Who coached in Minnesota. He's back as the interim assistant manager, assistant head coach with the Denver Nuggets. But man, I was surprised by this. And then the playoffs are literally, we got what, 3 games left to the playoffs, 2 games left, 3 games left to the playoffs. So like 4 games left to the playoffs. Like I just, it was just bad timing. If it was gonna get bad, it's gonna get bad. It wasn't gonna look bad on Mike Malone resume if they would have had a first round exit. With the Joker, okay, yeah, it probably would look bad. It wasn't gonna be that bad, but um, it just, how the team was playing. Jokic was getting this number. Murray has been battling that hamstring injury, and other pieces have been playing up to par. I don't know where Michael Porter Jr. is. I haven't heard much about him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Aaron Gordon Jr. has been playing. Russell Westbrook, Christian Bond, he's been playing well. Peyton Watson, they've been getting minutes, and I've been heard. They want the younger guys to play. I don't know if it was Mike Malone or Kevin Booth, but they were having arguments about when other guys play and all that came, but the tension was been there since a year and a half, and the ownership decided, just to go separate ways. For the Nuggets, who, like I said, they lost. They lost. Did they play last night? Did they play last night? Let me see. They did. They did. They did. But the Nuggets, like I said, they are, they played Sacramento last night. They got a couple more games to play off to see how the seeding go. Will they fall? I don't know how will they fall. How long will they fall to the 8th seed or 7th seed? We don't know just yet. But it's crunch time in game in Denver. Because playoffs is about to start, and you got a lot of adjusting to do. A lot of adjusting to do, and then the off season. Basically, y'all start the off season a little early in Denver. So, but I didn't think Michael Malone deserved to be fired as of right now. I could have just seen y'all would have did in the off season. Right after June, that was understandable, but that didn't happen. Um, Calvin Booth only had, well, his contract was up anyway, so they didn't care to budge eye at that, and they decided to fire both because so the Denver Nuggets are this is the second Western Conference head coach playoff team head coach that got fired. The Memphis Grizzlies had fired their head coach recently too, Taylor Jenkins. So you got two teams in the Western Conference playoff race without a head coach. So both have interim head coaches, and that's crazy. That's crazy. But let's get back to the NBA. Let's get back to the NBA. Well, like I said, these last couple games we got from the 2 seed to the 8 seed, the Los Angeles Lakers, who are coming into yesterday 48-30. Denver Nuggets coming in yesterday 47-32. The Clippers 46-32, and Golden State Warriors they're 46-32. Minnesota Timberwolves are 46-32, and Grizzlies are 46-32 as well. Lakers lost to OKC last night. They Denver got the win against Sacramento. The Clippers won against the Spurs. Warriors beat the Suns. Minnesota lost to Milwaukee, and Memphis got the win against Charlotte. So, like I said, the seasons are changing day by day in the Western Conference, and we're gonna see how this conference goes and how the season goes. I don't know like the first round matchups, bro, but man, it's gonna be some interesting matchups. Yeah, who do y'all want to see first round? But who do I want to see first round? I probably want to see the most. I don't know. I want to see. I want to see the Clippers and Minnesota. So I feel like that game will go 7 series. I feel like that game. So Zubas is not going to be uh, bossed around. He's been having a great year. But I like that matchup. I like that matchup for some reason. But that's gonna be a good one. Warriors could have a good matchup as well. They could head to the 4 or 5 seed. They could play the Clippers, or they can play the Clippers in the first round as well. So, like I said, it's gonna be tough to see. I want to see who OKC plays. OKC play Minnesota in the first round. I'm having my money on OKC. I'm getting my popcorn ready for that. But I think that game will go 7 series. Uh, Definitely, because Ant Man and SGA, man, they not going out without a fight. But this Western Conference playoff is definitely going to be tough. A tough road for any team because it's about matchups. It's about matchups and how you prepare and how you play for that day and for them 4 games. Getting them 4 wins. It's vital. You gotta have different matchups, different play styles. And it's a chess game. And that's what it's about to be. It's about to be a real chess match coming when these playoffs start. And I got my money on OKC going through Western Conference, and I want them to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. I want them to play the Cavs. And I got OKC winning. I did say in my review that I had the Cavs win, but it's OKC. OKC. I got OKC going and taking the chip. SGA getting the MVP and going to win the chip. That's about time. We're not getting the MVP to Jokic. I know. I know the stats he did. I know the triple dubs. He's awesome. Hell of a player. Not knocking anything from him. But we talk about SGA who led. Oh, we got young team. Young team. Young, they're young. Back to back number one seed though. Best best record NBA right now? Like, come on now. Get that man his props. Get that man his flowers. And he averaging 30. Averaged 33 straight seasons. He's in conversation with Mike and Wilt. So just SGA just carrying the load, man, and got Common Please Williams new. Let me not say carrying the load. Got Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, man, Isaiah Hartenstein, man, hell of a pickup, man, hell of a pickup. I told y'all I like that signing, man. That was a hell of a signing. Great, that was a great signing for them. They needed that. I know they're gonna get past the first round for sure. Just make some noise in that Western Conference playoffs and just shock some people. But they're going. I got them going to West Conference final to the finals. Whoever they got match up with, OKC is going to the mountaintops, man. They're leaving the West with the chip, man. And for this Eastern Conference, you got the Cavs who clinch home field advantage through the first, through the playoffs. So you got to go through Cleveland. No one see Boston is right there, and then you got New York Knicks who lost to Boston last night. That was a crazy game, man. in overtime. The man Jason Tatum and Chris Porzingis both hit go ahead threes. Jason Tatum hit the go ahead three, go overtime. Chris Porzingis hit a deep 35 footer to take the lead in overtime to sour the Knicks win last night, man. But Boston, man, don't I ain't sleeping on Boston. I ain't sleeping on Boston. I want to see them play the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's gonna be a hell of a matchup, man. It's gonna be about Darius Garland. It's all about you, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's about how you play and how you avert yourself through these playoffs and through these matchups. You know, because that's the test. That's the test. They're gonna try to attack you. You know, make you guard. Brown, Derek White. You know, you got to be ready, man. You gotta have your straps ready, man, because it's gonna be a lot of chess matches, and you're gonna be a lot of moves they gonna try to go at, and they gonna go at you. But I want the Cavs and Boston to meet up in the East Conference Finals. If Boston do escape, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think the Cavs got a lot of competent pieces. I like the DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome been playing well this season. We'll see how they play the playoffs, though, how the playoffs rotation be uh, for this upcoming playoffs. But in the Eastern Conference, let's not forget about Detroit Pistons, man. Had a hell of a season. The Pistons, man, they're looking to have a first round their home game. They're gonna be having a court, so I'm definitely interested to see what the Pistons do. If they play New York in the first round, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Indiana is sleeping. They're surging. They're surging as well. I think they're the fourth, fifth seed. They got it locked right now. So Indiana, they're playing good as well. We'll see how Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, company does, and Rick Carlisle. We'll see what moves. We'll see how they regulate in this playoff. Milwaukee, even though they don't have Dame, but Giannis is he's still giving it all. He's got Kevin Porter Jr. been playing good for them as well. So we'll see how that goes for Milwaukee as well. You know, if they play New York in the first round, that would be nice. I want to see that. I would like to see that. So, but Detroit, Indiana in the Eastern Conference in the first round, I think that's gonna be fireworks. I think that's gonna be fireworks. I'm definitely waiting to see that. You know, then for the play-in, you got the Magic. I think no, Heat, Bulls, right there. The Magic right there falling, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for that play-in. But I like Miami. I like Chicago. The Chicago been nice. Chicago been nice. Kobe White, Josh Giddey, they've been playing good. Nikola Vucevic, he has his nights when he just he gets his numbers. But I don't know if Miami. I think Miami will pull off, man. I like Miami. Tyler Hero, Bam. You got the pieces. Davion Mitchell, offense game been rising lately since the trade. Kyle Anderson, slow mo, he's adjusting to the Heat culture. You know, he's playing solid. So I think Miami, they could make a little run. Give whoever the first, second seed a little run for their money in the first round. You know, just make it a good 6 games. So I know Eric Spoelstra, he's not going to go out with a fight. He's going to chess match as well and game plan his ass off to have the Miami Heat ready. But like I said, we got some more stuff we're gonna be talking about. Oh yeah, last night Jalen Wells for the Memphis Grizzlies against the Charlotte Hornets had went down uh, scary on the dunk attempt. Man, left the game on stretcher, but he broke his wrist, but it's okay. So prayers to him. Just that was just scary to see. And but yeah, Jalen Wells, he's all right. For the Memphis Grizzlies. And but hey, and let's before we get out of here, man, we talk Memphis Grizzlies. Let's talk about Ja Morant real quick, man. So what last week they played the Warriors. Ja Morant, had a little, I can't do, that little gesture, and then, got fined for it. Then another player, I'm not gonna say I don't know who, but another player, next night did the same thing, same night, the same thing. No fine, no nothing. I just don't like how they try to target Ja. I get it. He's still young. Yeah, he had the cases, but None of that stuff. Even the rumors that we heard, we don't have no proof of him actually. This is all so. But we see the video and everything. But hey, I mean, it ain't like he actually. We don't. We ain't see him. So, but I just don't like how they're how to like I said, they targeted him and just added just not. Then he did another uh, celebration the other night with the grenade, and so it's just like, come on now. But at the end of the day, Ja is a great polarizing player, and so it's like y'all can hate him, but y'all gonna love and respect him because he's a baller. He's a baller. As an NBA player, he's a baller. All-star player, franchise player. Memphis Grizzlies, man, we don't know how the offseason gonna go with them and everything. But I just think the NBA and Ja just need to talk and just have another, just another talk and just like, hey, you can be greater. You could be greater than what you are, but you just cut this couple things, cut that out. We got you. We got you. Lead the way is there. You know, and I really think Ja is could be the next face of the NBA. I still think that Ant Man, he's great, even though he said he didn't want to be. I'm not knocking him from that, because it's just a lot of come with that. But I think Ja can handle that too. I just think he can be that next face, man. It's just because our older stars are on their way out, man. You got Ron, Curry, KD. It ain't that much left. Ain't that many left. So all young guns in. You got Luca, Tatum, Ant Man, Ja. I mean, y'all know who, man. Y'all know, man. Ja is fireworks, man. Ja is fireworks. Ja is energy. Ja is like, you just bring a spark. And ever since I seen this man play, it's like he's a different spark, different energy. But he brings it. He has a passion for the game too, man. It's just, I just hope the NBA and they just get that together, man, because y'all need him. Y'all need him just as y'all need him, man. Y'all need him. Just as much they need y'all. So let's tomato, man. Let's just get that together. But you know, that's all we got for today. But we're gonna see. We got more updates. And like I said, next week gonna be talking about playoff standings of the playoffs and who be playing who. And so that's all the way up. And we got more updates. NFL mock draft will be on the way. Another NFL mock draft will be on the way. NFL draft is in Green Bay. We got 2 weeks tomorrow. Yeah, so tune in, like, subscribe, and get greater later here in the Hollows Den Sports Talk. Yes, yes, man. Hollow. We here in the Hollows Den. Still them slums, getting it done, man. Tune in, like, subscribe for more content here in the Hollows Den.